Hi, welcome to the course Disruptive Innovation in Higher Education. I'm Andrew Sears, and I'm the president of City Vision University. And for the past 20 years, I've been living among and working with the poor using disruptive educational technologies. And before that, I co-founded MIT's Internet Telephony Consortium with one of the fathers of the Internet. And what we did there is we looked at disruptive innovation and its effects on the telecommunications industry. And I used that expertise in disruptive innovation to work as a consultant to Sprint, venture capitalist, and internet startup. So I have background both in running a higher education institution, 20 years in technology, and on the business innovation side. Part of what's unique about the university I lead, City Vision University, is that although we're a small startup university, our focus is on bringing radically affordable education through a $2,000 associate's degree and a $5,000 bachelor's degree. And let me just tell you a little bit of why I created this course. So I just finished reading tens of thousands of pages and hundreds of articles and videos as a part of my doctoral dissertation. And I've literally put thousands of hours into the materials in this course. And I wanted to, rather than publish a book, I wanted to put all that material into something that would be useful. And I wanted to provide it for free because I want to see change happen in this industry. So with that, let me just give you an overview of the course. What is disruptive innovation? Basically, we'll get into that later, but there's several quotes that have been out there on higher education. So Peter Drucker in 1997, he said, 30 years from now, the big university campuses will all be relics. It's 1 year away from that. I don't think that all the campuses are relics now. So obviously, he was not correct in that. Now, Clayton Christensen, who and many people would say took Peter Drucker's mantle as the top quoted management guru, he's now saying 15 years from now, half of U.S. universities may be in bankruptcy. So the question is, are these people just trying to predict the future, and are they wrong, or why do the two most significant business gurus, why are they saying this? And one of the things I think that we should look at is Amara's law, which is that we tend to overestimate the effect of a technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run. So that's going to be one of the themes in this course, but really what I want to try to get to is rather than have these radical statements that, for many people they just induce scare, let's look at the details. There's a lot of scientists, there's a lot of academics that, let's look at the data. So who is this course for? It's for faculty, staff, students, and administration at educational institutions that are wanting to understand and adapt to changes in your industry. So that's really the target, but it could be useful for anyone who is an innovator with an interest in education or anyone who wants to know how to prepare for the economy of the future. So that's answering who. The next question is what. So the course objectives for this course. So one of the biggest things is just to understand the latest concepts driving change in higher education. So there's been dozens of books that have been written in the past decade. A lot of people don't have time, so what I'm trying to do is give you the cliff notes, and in many ways you could view it as a review of those books, and you can decide what are the materials worth digging into deeper. The other thing that I'm going to do is try to help equip you so that you can develop a strategy for higher education using some of the key concepts of disruptive innovation and other topics that I'll talk about in the next slide. And the other thing is I really want to help people become change agents so that they can bring innovation to their institution. And a lot of people who see these things, they're frustrated that other people can't see them. So one of the things that I want to do is I want this material, I prepared it so that you could provide it as a flipped classroom. And you could use it as a discussion among students if you have students, but I think even more important, if you're at an institution of higher education, bring it to the leaders. Have them, watch some of the videos in this course or watch the whole course and then talk about it and strategize. So that's the course objectives. Now, then you get into the what, the course outline. So let me just give you quick what topics are going to be covered in the course, and I'm actually going to be adding quite a few topics as the course goes. So I'm going to start off and just do a review of disruptive innovation theory as it's applied to higher education. Then I'm going to go into some of the details of what's driving change in traditional higher education. Then I'm going to go into the economics of what I'm calling traditional online education, because I think there's a new form that's coming out that's largely related to this thing, the next thing called emerging markets and courseware platforms. Then I'm going to look into one of the hottest topics in disruptive innovation is unbundling. So first I'm going to look at it at the institutional level, unbundling, and I think much more important is the rebundling strategies in higher education. But a critical thing is unbundling and the changing role of faculty. So then I'm going to go into some of the material. Lean startup is a concept that's used in innovation. It has a lot of techniques that you can use in highly innovative environments, and I'm going to try to apply that to education. Then I'm going to go into some of the demographic and economic trend analysis that's driving some of these changes and really intensifying them. And I'm going to look at some of the background around the college access arguments and the question of the race between education and technology. And last, I'm going to go into the change agent theory and diffusion of innovation and really try to equip you as a change agent. So the next question is how to use this course. So what I would recommend is if you're using it individually, you can just download this to your mobile. So I listen to probably 20 hours worth of video a week while I'm commuting or while I'm exercising. So I would encourage you to download it. You can download through Udemy or iTunes U, or you can use the YouTube playlist. And then you can listen to it, you can listen to it at work, you can listen to it while exercising, while commuting. Obviously your retention isn't going to be as deep there, but what my hope is as you get this kind of surface view of things, then you could identify, okay, here's the topics I want to go deep in. This part on unbundling, that's worth going deep in. And rewatch the video, look at some of the supplemental videos in the bibliography. So that's as an individual. But the bigger thing I really want people to do is to use it in a flipped classroom discussion group. So the idea behind a flipped classroom is that everyone listens to the lectures in advance and then they come together to discuss. So if you have courses where this is relevant, courses on innovation, courses on education, business courses, have them, go through this, assign it. I assign MOOC material in my courses all the time, and then have them come to class and discuss it. But I think even more important is for leaders and change agents at your institution. So I'm going on campus at a number of institutions, and I think that rather than doing the typical, I'm going to do a 1-hour presentation, I think what I'd prefer is that people go and they have discussions at their institutions. You don't need me there. I'd be glad to Skype in for some of the discussions if you want. I have young kids, so I'm not super eager to travel a bunch. But I want to, one of the big reasons why I'm doing this, to be honest, is I want to have a two-way diffusion of innovation. I want to share all the resources I've done with all this research I've done for my doctoral dissertation, but I really am doing this because I want to learn from you. So I want you guys to give me, bibliography suggestions, help me identify new initiatives, help me understand your context better, and I think together we can all learn from each other in this course. And the last thing I want to talk about is this quote by H.G. Wells, that human history becomes more and more a race between education and catastrophe. And one of the things we're going to look at in this course is, are we winning that race? And a lot of people, they like to just make arguments and pontificate. Yes, we're winning, or no, we're losing. But the question is, you got to look at the data. And the real answer is we were winning, but we've been losing for the past several decades. And my real goal in this course is I hope that you and I and a bunch of other people can be change agents to change that, so we can win the race between education and catastrophe. So please provide comments through the forums. Thanks a lot. Bye.